Chaos in Times Square as a shooter fires after a fight, sending people scrambling for cover as police shut down the crossroads of the world.
Everybody started running. I heard about 4 or 5 shots.
Tonight, 3 innocent victims are in the hospital, including a 4-year-old child shot while shopping for toys. And only on News 4, a tourist shot while sightseeing shares her story. Good evening and thank you for joining us. I'm Gilma Avalos. Tonight, Times Square is a crime scene. The crossroads of the world closed after a shooting sent crowds running, crowds that have just started returning to the city. And in the chaos, you can see an officer running while carrying that 4-year-old shot in her arms. The little girl stretching out a hand as police rush her to a waiting ambulance. Another victim carried out on a stretcher just steps from the NYPD Times Square precinct. And in this next video, you can hear the gunshots as people run. Crowds of people running from the corner of 45th Street and 7th Avenue moments after that shooting. And 6 hours after the fact, Times Square is empty on a Saturday night. News 4's Anjali Hemphill just spoke exclusively with one of the victims at Bellevue Hospital. But first, News 4's Adam Harding walks us through what happened in Times Square tonight. Adam.
And still an active scene behind us here, Gilma. Very eerie to see Times Square behind us here completely shut down for several blocks as police tonight continue to investigate what led up to this wild shooting here at Times Square. Tonight we know 3 victims shot, including a 4-year-old little girl, and tonight the shooter is still on the run. Dramatic cell phone video showing an NYPD officer sprinting through Times Square carrying the 4-year-old victim, one of 3 hurt in Saturday's wild shooting.
It was right here.
Cameron Bevan and Erica Sanchez heard the gunshots.
Pow, pow, pow.
Shots fired.
They saw crowds running away in horror.
You got it, girl.
As they learned a child was among those struck by a bullet.
That's the worst part.
No, I want to cry.
Yeah.
Like a little girl. Like there was families all over taking pictures on vacation. There's like all the little characters everywhere. You don't think you're gonna hear, oh, a little girl is shot.
The young 4-year-old toy shopping shot. How many kids have to be shot before we take this seriously?
Police late Saturday releasing surveillance video of a person of interest. Investigators say it all began when a group of 2 to 4 men got into an argument. That's when at least one of them pulled out a gun and began shooting.
It was a moment of confusion, then it was a little chaotic, I guess, and then the police came pretty quickly, and then there was, probably like 20 cop cars. The ambulance came pretty quickly.
But we were like a few blocks away, and the cops were like running around still looking for him. So it's like we feel like is he still out here? Like it doesn't feel safe.
Police so far haven't recovered the gun. They blocked off the area for hours as witnesses stood watching, stunned.
You don't expect something like that in Times Square.
And tonight, the mayor tweeting out, thankfully, these innocent bystanders are in stable condition. The perpetrators of this senseless violence are being tracked down, and the NYPD will bring them to justice. The mayor saying the flood of illegal guns into our city must stop. Gilma, this shooting happening about 6 hours ago. It is not clear right now when the scene behind us will open back up, but certainly on a Saturday night, when a lot of people are beginning to return to the city ahead of the summer months, the last thing anyone expected was an empty and closed off Times Square. Reporting live tonight, I'm Adam Harding, News 4, New York.
Adam, thank you. Let's go now to News 4's Anjali Hemphill, who's live at Bellevue Hospital. She just spoke exclusively to one of the victims who was visiting from Rhode Island and sightseeing when she was hit. Anjali, what did that victim tell you?
Yeah, Gilma, we spoke to that woman from Rhode Island who says she was with several family members in Times Square today celebrating Mother's Day. And what started as a wonderful day in the city ended with a bullet lodged in her leg for the rest of her life.
It was a pretty traumatic experience, not only for me, but for my entire family.
Wendy Magrin still can't believe what happened on a family trip to New York City Mother's Day weekend. She was one of 3 people shot in Times Square Saturday evening, all of them unintended targets.
It appears at this point in time the 3 individuals that are shot are are not known to each other, and it appears that all three are innocent bystanders.
Disturbing video appears to show an officer carrying the wounded 4-year-old child from a chaotic scene. Police say the little girl from Brooklyn was hit in the leg. A 43-year-old woman from New Jersey was shot in the foot. And 23-year-old Meg Granette, who was visiting from Rhode Island, tells News 4 she was shot in her leg, an injury that will likely stay with her forever.
Thank God it didn't break my bone or anything like that, but it did go inside, and it's where my muscles are right now. And the doctor said that they wouldn't do any surgery or take out the bullet just because they would do more damage.
Meg Granette says the shooting happened as her family was waiting in line at the BT21 store. She says she heard a scuffle, and the next thing she knew, she was shot.
All of a sudden, I heard someone called, and like in a bad tone, someone else. And I told my husband, you know, just let's move a little bit forward because he had my 2-year-old in his hands. And at the same moment, I told him that the shots fired, and I was the first shot went to my leg. I walked a little bit, then I started screaming and asking for help. It was really scary. It was a scary moment.
Those 2 other victims are also recovering here tonight from non-life-threatening injuries. Police have not released their names. We're live tonight from Bellevue Hospital. Anjali Hemphill, News 4 New York.
Absolutely terrifying. Anjali, thank you. And these 3 bystanders are the latest victims in a surge of shootings across the city. The number of shootings in April rose by 166%, from 56 in 2020 to 149 this year. NYPD Commissioner Dermot Shea said tonight that the department continues to work to make more gun arrests in the city. Our team is going to stay on this story for you as police search for the person who shot these 3 innocent bystanders. You can get all the latest by downloading the NBC4 New York app.
All right, Shalom. All praise to the Most High, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well. Peace and salutations to you, brothers and hopeful elect, pushing His word in truth and sincerity. And this video here is going to be the Most High delivers His judgment every day. All right. So if you notice, there have been a lot of younger people, younger Israelites, you know, that's getting judged. Okay. And you got to remember that Most High does not look at the age. He doesn't care if you 1, 2, 3 months old, you know, 15, 16, 17, 19, you know, whatever. He doesn't care about the age. He judges the spirit because he can look in you and see what your spirit is. He can see if your spirit is off or your spirit is, you know, is righteous or wicked. All right. So this is Exodus 15:3. It says, Yahweh is a man of war, or the Lord is a man of war. Yahweh is His name. Okay. He's a man of war. And whoever He set His sight on, He gonna get. Whoever He target, whoever He say, hey, I'm gonna get him, He gonna get you. He ain't gonna miss. Most High is not gonna miss whoever He set His target on. Alright. So you see he had that shooting in as you saw in the opening video of New York Times Square, where it says 3 was shot, and including a 4-year-old or 3-year-old. But the thing is, you can say, oh, they did go on there. They said they were innocent, but were they innocent? No, they weren't innocent. All right. Matter of fact, let's get that. Let's see. This is Job chapter 4, verse 7. It says, remember, I pray thee, whoever perished being innocent, or where were the righteous cut off? Now, they didn't perish, but anything that happens to you, you're not innocent. If you get shot, stabbed, robbed, hit, you know, fall, whatever, you're not innocent. I can even use myself as an example. All right. If I walk out to my car and, you know, I get shot, or I get robbed, or I get hit, I'm not innocent. I'm not. Okay? I do things on a daily basis that offends the Most High. Because we're in this flesh and we battling it. We trying not to sin, but we sin on a daily basis. We're always doing something that's offending the Most High. All right? Now, he can have mercy upon you. As a matter of fact, throughout our daily basis, when things don't happen to us, that's his mercy upon us. Because we all should be dead. All right? Because he requires that which is past. Let me get that too. This is Ecclesiastes chapter 3, verse 15. It says, that which hath been is now, and that which is to be hath already been. And the Most High requireth that which is past. I mean, what you did in your past, he required that. All right? You mean, so you can do all manner of wickedness. And when you die, you think you got away. He got another thing coming. He's a man of war. He ain't going to miss his target. Okay? You going to come back and pay for all those things you did in the past. He required that which is past. Matter of fact, let's go ahead and get this in 16. It says, and moreover, I saw under the sun the place of judgment, that wickedness was there, and the place of righteousness, that iniquity was there. Now, where under the sun does wickedness and righteousness reside? You can find both wickedness and righteousness right here in the earth. Okay? So after you die, you come back in the third or fourth generation to serve out your, your sentence or your judgment. Okay? Matter of fact, let's get a little more on the second Ezra. It's 2 Ezra chapter 14, verse 35. For after death shall the judgment come. See that? When we shall live again. And then shall the names of the righteous be manifest, and the works of the ungodly shall be declared. It's got to be through that judgment when you live again on that place where judgment is. All right, where wickedness and righteousness is, which is the earth. All right. Let's see. This is Amos chapter 3, verse 6. Shall a trumpet be blown in the city, and the people not be afraid? Question mark. That's a rhetorical question. Shall there be evil in a city, and the Most High have not done it? That's another question. Just letting you know, he is all powerful. He controls all. He is all. He is in all. He has it all. Okay? He does it all. You can't say there's anything on this earth that the Most High does not do, that he has not written into his work. All right? Now, the reason why you'll need to, be so dismayed when little children or even a 100-year-old person, 100-year-old man, 100-year-old woman, even if they get shot, killed, stabbed, robbed, whatever, they are not innocent, and it was all, orchestrated by the Most High, because he is, he can do whatever he want to do with his creation at the end of the day, and who are we to question? We don't understand nothing he do. So just to show you, check this out. Ezekiel chapter 9, verse 5. It says, and to the others he said in mine hearing, go ye after him through the city and smite. Let not your eyes spare, neither have ye pity. All right? So don't spare them. Don't spare the old. Matter of fact, let's go on to verse 6. Slay utterly old and young, both maids and little children, and women. All right? So don't spare or have pity on the old, the elderly. Don't have pity on the young. So if you 100 years old or older, hey, he's not going to have pity on you. If you months old, a 1-year-old, 2, 3, 4, you think you innocent, you're not. Maids and little children and women. Women too. Man, that's a female. No, not according to Most High. He looks at the spirit. All right? Don't come in that Craig spirit. Man, that's a female. Don't do that. Most High will show you what he truly about. But come not near any man upon whom is the mark. And that mark is the Wah. And that's whom the Most High cares about. That's who he wants to spare and set aside for himself. And begin at my sanctuary, which is the house of Israel. Then they began at the ancient men which were before the house. Okay? You can't question what he does with his creation. Because at the end of the day, what you gonna do about it? Question mark. What are you gonna do about it by questioning the Most High and what he's doing? Alright? This is Zephaniah chapter 3, verse 5. The just Lord, Yahweh, is in the midst thereof. He will not do iniquity. Every morning doth he bring his judgment to light. He faileth not, but the unjust knoweth no shame. Alright? Every morning, so every day, he's judging. You know, the Most High, he's judging all the time. He's literally judging day, and he's judging day, morning, noon, and the evening and night. Most High always got judgment going out. But it says every morning does he bring his judgment. Alright? So the Lord is judging every morning. Or every day he's sending out judgment. Alright, so don't be dismayed at these shootings, at these killings, these robbings, these mass shootings, whatever's coming up on the earth. There are plenty more evils, coming to times that we can't even fathom in our minds. But we need to stay focused on Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua. Alright? So call all Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua B'Shem Kakodash. Hope you edified on that. Shalom.